If you want your AI videos to actually feel cinematic, like something you'd see in a high-budget short or an indie festival piece, you are definitely in the right place. In this video, I am going to walk you through a full step-by-step workflow that takes raw AI-generated footage and turns it into something that looks polished, realistic, and truly ready to post. The outputs you will get following this process will rival a lot of the best AI projects out there, and the best part is you will also learn how to turn that long-form footage into a steady stream of bite-sized social content using a smart tool called Vizard. Let us get right into the first step, generating your raw AI video assets. There are tons of generators out there right now, but my go-to pair for different looks are Google V2 and Runway, as they each have their own distinct strengths. Google V2 is incredible at atmospheric photoreal renders, while Runway can be more experimental with stylized motion, and if you want a one-stop place to test multiple models, sites like KREA aggregate a bunch of generators so you can swap models quickly. Use whatever feels right for your specific concept, but here is a major hack. Try multiple models and generate 3 to 6 variations of the exact same prompt. Often the absolute best outcome is one of the alternates you didn't initially expect. When you run your prompt, think about camera movement, lens type, and a few key physical details. A little specificity goes a long way. Mention phrases like 70 millimeters, subtle handheld, shallow depth of field, or wide establishing with slow dolly-in. Also, call out real-world dynamics like smoke behavior or flag movement to ground the AI in reality. After you generate, you'll probably have several clips to choose from, so pick the ones with the best motion and detail, even if they are a bit soft or have small artifacts. Remember that softness is totally normal for AI footage, and it is completely fixable. So let us say you picked a version that looks promising, with nice camera movement, believable fire or smoke dynamics, and good composition, but it still feels slightly soft and a bit painterly. That is where enhancement tools come in, specifically a tool called Topaz Starlight that specializes in cleaning up AI-generated footage. It is dead simple to use, and they usually give a few free trials so you can test it on your own hardware. Upload your clip, hit render, and let it refine textures and particle detail. You will see more fidelity in rocks, bricks, or embers, and those tiny background elements like flags or grass will suddenly behave more like natural, real-world elements. From Starlight, I usually get a sharper 1080p clip, which is already a huge step forward in quality, but if you want truly maximum resolution for a cinematic finish, I recommend running that result through a quality upscaler like Topaz Video AI. This is a paid app, but it is currently the best video upscaler for preserving and enhancing detail without creating those weird, distractingly artificial artifacts. Drag your clip in, choose a high output like 4K or even 5K if your machine can handle it, and pick an AI model that matches your footage style. In Topaz, Proteus is a great general option for most clips, while Thea can produce even more fine-grained detail, but it is heavier on your computer's hardware. Also, remember to toggle down aggressive recover detail options if you do not want the clip to look over-sharpened or artificially deblurred. A quick note on codecs: when exporting high-res footage intended for further editing, do not use H.264 as your intermediate. Instead, pick a better, more robust editing codec like ProRes, with 422HQ being a great practical middle ground. You generally do not need the massive color space of 4444XQ for AI-generated clips that lack full camera raw data, so save your storage space. Export your high-quality file, and you will have footage that looks genuinely cinematic with texture, particle detail, and believable dynamics. At this point, you have a visually strong cinematic clip, but most creators are not just posting one long cinematic shot. They want content across multiple platforms. Manually chopping a 3 to 10 minute AI piece into dozens of platform-ready clips is tedious and wildly inefficient. This is exactly where Vizard becomes hugely useful as an essential part of your stack. Instead of acting like another single-purpose tool, Vizard fills the gap between creation and consistent distribution. Here is how I personally use Vizard in the pipeline, starting by importing that upscaled cinematic footage into the platform. Vizard's auto-editing is surprisingly intelligent. It scans the long video and identifies high-impact moments like visuals that pop, lines that land, or spikes in motion. It is not just clipping by time codes, as the AI actively looks for moments that perform well historically, then packages them with sensible edits for vertical and horizontal formats. That is a total game changer if you want to scale a content strategy without hiring an editor for every single video you create. Another thing I love is the schedule automation, where you can define how often you want posts to go live, like daily or 3 times a week. The AI will automatically place the clips into your queue and handle distribution timing so you do not have to babysit posting windows across different platforms. The content calendar gives you a single place to see what is scheduled, tweak your captions, and shift clips between different time slots. So rather than finishing one cinematic piece and thinking the job is done, you can convert that single asset into weeks of social content. You will still want to iterate occasionally because sometimes the fire flickers too fast or a motion blur looks off. Those are prompting issues you can fix at the generation stage. But you will also find that a lot of small awkwardnesses are best addressed by the edit, like trimming a frame, adding a speed ramp, or using a J-cut to hide a jump. Vizard's automatic edits are usually solid, but it is quick to jump in and tweak any clip to perfection. The goal is always to maintain that high cinematic quality while optimizing for attention on short-form platforms. Google, V2, and Runway give excellent raw footage options, while sites like KREA help you test models without juggling accounts. Topaz Starlight and Topaz Video AI are great for cleanup and upscaling, but they miss two things creators desperately need: reliable short-form editing and a smooth distribute schedule workflow. That is the specific niche Vizard fills by keeping things centralized. Create, auto-edit into platform-ready clips, and publish on a consistent cadence. To recap the practical workflow: generate multiple variations, choose the clip with the best motion, run it through Topaz Starlight for fidelity, and upscale with Topaz Video AI to 4K+. Then import into Vizard for auto-editing, pick the viral clips it suggests, and set your auto-schedule so the clips publish on a predictable timetable. If you care about cinematic color, do your color grade after the upscaler stage on the file you will actually export from your editing software. Also, always keep some human oversight on the auto edits, because while Vizard is excellent, the best performing clips are usually those we hand polish lightly. If you are serious about turning AI visuals into a content engine, this is the exact workflow I use. It keeps your production lean, maximizes the value of every cinematic piece you make, and prevents the content backlog that kills so many channels. Thanks for watching, and if you like this breakdown, hit like and subscribe and drop a comment if you want me to run through specific prompts or do a step-by-step case study. If you are curious about Vizard, try importing one of your long-form AI pieces and let it auto-edit for you. You might be surprised how many good shorts are hiding in a single cinematic take. See you next time.